So wonderful to be here with you and to be together. Let's start by stretching our legs long. And once your legs are long, rotate your thigh bones in and out. You can hold on to the chair, the sides of the chair. Notice as you rotate your thigh bones in and out, we're just putting a little motion into the hips. If your knees really want to bend, try to keep your legs really straight. And even though you see my feet going side to side, focus on the motion happening from the top of the thigh bones. And of course, relax any clenching muscles as you rotate in and out. If you notice any particular muscle that just feels tighter than the others, focus on relaxing it, even if it doesn't relax at all. Just being present with it and imagine it letting go and softening a little bit. And then next time your thighs roll in, reach your arms up a little bit up towards your head and rotate your arm bones here. And focus on the upper arm doing the motion. So even though you see my forearms and my hands, focus on the upper arm. Your elbows will go in and out. Keep rotating your thighs in, relaxing any clenching around the buttocks, the lower belly, the hips. And then pause your arms and rotate, and you can put your hands down for a second, rotate your thigh bones out, and then bring your arms back up and rotate your arm bones here. And with your thighs rolling out, also try to relax tension around the buttocks, the belly, the inner thighs, the outer thighs, the back of the thighs, the front of the thighs, and then release your arms down, bend your knees. Okay, we're gonna do 4 different heights. Bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees open out to the sides. From here, with your hands inside your knees, thumbs pointing up, reach your arms up into the air and tap your hands down. And arms go up and tap down. Inner thighs relaxing open, feet staying together. Arms rise up and tap down, and arms rise up and tap down. Okay, let's grab our block, and if you don't have a block and you just have something to put your feet on, you can go back and forth from whatever height you have to the floor. Otherwise, put that on the lowest height and bring the soles of your feet together, your knees open, pelvis tilts upright, pinky fingers together, and you're gonna open, reach your arms out wide and bring them together. And so today we're gonna focus a little bit on getting more movement in the thoracic spine. Your thoracic spine is the area between your cervical spine, your neck, and your lumbar spine, your lower back. You have 12 vertebrae along your thoracic spine. So as you open and close your arms here, think of going to 12 different angles, the highest being around your shoulders, the lowest being around your waist. And of course, there's many more angles than that in between all those angles. But just keep mixing it up. One of the reasons that our thoracic spine becomes immobile over time is because of our lack of varied arm movement. If you observe yourself anytime throughout the day, you probably spend a lot of time with your arms like this, or just like this, or like this. So getting the arms into different positions gently but consistently makes a huge, huge difference. Let's do a couple more here. All right, if you have a block, go 1 height higher. If your knees feel any sensation in that at all, slide the block out a little bit so your feet are a little farther away, your knees aren't so bent. You can also bring the block in closer if you'd like to. Relax your thighs, interlace your right pinky finger on the bottom, press away low, gently spread the thumbs away from each other and back towards you. As you press away, if your fingers start to splay, try to bring them back together and then slowly go up. And as your arms go up, try to relax around your shoulders, relax around your hips, breathing here as you press up, and then slowly go back down and switch. Put your right pinky finger on the bottom, or left pinky finger on the bottom. Press away, get that even interlace, soles of the feet completely touching, insides and outsides. I was mixing up my words there. Press away and slowly go up with the hands, with the feet pressing each other. Then try to relax the thighs and the hips from there. Pressing up and then slowly coming back down. Keep spreading those thumbs out. Keep relaxing around the inner thighs, the outer hips, breathing, and then let's go to the highest height of our block. All right, soles of the feet together, knees open out to the sides, tilt the pelvis upright, ribs relax down and back. Rotate your palms to face behind, like to face out to the side, almost like you're turning your thumbs behind you, so that when you go up in the air, it's like your pinky fingers turn towards each other and your thumbs lead the way down. Now, if that's uncomfortable for your shoulders, just keep your palms flat facing the ceiling. So, naturally, our thoracic spine has less mobility than our lower back, lumbar spine, cervical, neck spine. But over time, if the area gets tighter, carries more tension, then the lower back and neck end up having to do even more of the work, which is one of the reasons so many people have issues in that area. So getting some range of motion back to the thoracic spine definitely helps those two areas because everything's connected. Also, when your thoracic spine is tight, it affects your heart, it affects your lungs, it affects your ability to breathe well, which is huge because that accounts for all the parts of your body, how well you can breathe. So just as I always talk about, getting your arms moving more often is first and foremost. All right, next time your arms come down, just pause. See if you can relax your thighs a little bit more with your feet together, and then take your feet off the block. You can slide it out of the way and spin around into your first lunge. Slide your knee back right behind your ankle, right behind your knee, knee right under your hip. You can do top of the foot or toes tucked under, but gently activate. Flip your outside hand out and we'll do side bends. Going up and over. Another great way to get into the muscles between your ribs and back down. Dynamic side bends. We'll do 3 more like that at your own pace. Keep tuning into your breath. Keep relaxing, clenching. Like right now, can you straighten your fingers all the way, but not overly clench them? Can you keep the shape, but not overly clench? Okay, next time your arm goes over into your side bend, hold, feet steady, feet in alignment, but can you relax your thighs? Are you clenching your inner thighs, your outer thighs, your buttocks muscles? Tuning into your breath and letting it flow is a great tool in relaxing tension. And then let that arm come down, slide your foot forward, and spin around to the other side. Ankle right under the knee, back knee slides back under the hip, flip your palm to face away from you, and go up and over side bend and back down, feeling the whole side of the body, the side of the shoulder, the side of the rib cage, the side of the waist, the side of the hip, and unclenching. A couple more like that. All right, next time you go up and over, hold. Long fingers, relax though. Long arm, relax. Long side of the hip, relaxed, breathing, being. Bring that arm down, slide your leg forward, spin back around to the front of the chair. And then from here, you're gonna stay facing forward. I'm gonna turn to the side. So in a classic cat-cow, people go back and they go forward, but they only move probably at a few places of their spine that move the most often. And you have 24 vertebrae along your spine. So that means 24 little movements, as we're moving in this way, a lot more than 24 movements when it comes to your spine. So you're going to try to move bone by bone. With your pelvis upright, you're going to let your pelvis tuck back slowly, then feel your mid back round, then feel your upper back round. And then starting at the pelvis, you're going to rotate your pelvis upright, keeping your spine curling forward, then your mid back uncurls, then your upper back uncurls. Let's try that again. Going nice and slow, trying to feel bone by bone by bone. And then starting at the pelvis and unraveling bone by bone by bone. And let's say this is not easy. That's why we're here practicing. Okay, let's try it from the top down. So your pelvis stays upright, neutral, upper back rounds nice and slowly, mid back, which is often the hardest to feel, rounds, and then you let your pelvis round. Starting from the upper body, the upper back goes forward, the mid back goes forward, and then you untuck your pelvis. All right, let's do that again, starting from the upper body. Upper back rounds without the pelvis going. Go down to the mid back and then go down to the lower back. And starting at the upper spine, nice and slowly, uncurl the mid back, uncurl the lower back. Excellent. And then keep your spine upright and see if you can do just your pelvis. Couple times. We do this often. Ground through the feet. And then keep your pelvis upright and do just your upper spine. Ribs drop down and back, chest lifts up into the air. Ribs drop down and back, chest lifts up into the air. Let's do that with the upper spine from your waist up, holding onto the chair. Bend your elbows, point them straight back. Think pelvis keeps going upright, and it's just the upper back moving, but think bone by bone as you curl and uncurl. And of course, for alignment, we want our ribs to be in neutral most often. Having our rib cage in neutral and moving our arms goes a long way to bring mobility back to the upper body. You don't want to be holding yourself here all the time with your chest lifted, but if you tend to round your upper back a lot, this is a good stretch to do, is getting your chest lifted, lifting your chest up, and then slowly curling down. Let's do that one more time. Uncurl and curl down. And then when you curl down, just slide your head back over your ears, release your arms, and walk your feet nice and wide. With your feet nice and wide, toes pointing ahead, you're going to open your inner thighs and rotate forward and fold. You can put your hands on your legs. You can put your elbows on your legs. You can bring your hands down to a floor or a block. And then just take a moment here and relax, clenching from your feet to your knees, from your knees to your hips, deep in the front of that hip joint. And then push down through your feet to slowly come up. And we'll do an incremental side bend. So reach your arm up into the air. Every once in a while, say check your legs. You want to relax your legs, but not lose the alignment. So relaxing and losing the alignment would look like this. You're keeping the alignment, but seeing, can anything that's clenching here, if it's tight, still let go? Anything around the back of the hips and the thighs. That right arm goes over just a little. So we're thinking about all those bones a little bit more, a little bit more, and a little bit more. Relax around the hips and the waist and slowly come up. Left arm goes up. Just make sure you're not moving from the arm. It's the actual rib cage that's moving. A little bit to the right, a little bit more, a little bit more, and a little bit more. And then pull yourself up. Let's do one more each side. Right arm goes up. Tip over a little from the side of the rib cage, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Relax, clenching, and slowly come up. And left arm goes up into the air. Focus on moving from the ribs, pelvis upright. Tip over a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then slowly pull yourself up. Okay, from here, reach your arms out, palms face forward, thumbs up, curl in nice and slow, and extend nice and slow. Pelvis upright, feet grounded, curl in nice and slow, and extend nice and slow. Curl in nice and slow, and extend nice and slow. Curl in nice and slow, and extend. Feel the extension. Now let's do it lower, arms lower. Curl in, elbows stay low, extend out. Curl in and extend out. Relax the lower belly. Curl in and extend out, and curl in and extend out. Now reach your right hand over across in front of you. Internally rotate so your shoulder turns in, your palm faces out, your thumb down. Hold onto your upper arm and gently traction that arm bone out. If your shoulder goes up here, try to relax it down a little. As you pull the arm across, you're not turning your torso very much, if at all. Gently traction. Breathing here, ground through the feet, relax. And by the way, let's say that you're here and you're like, oh, this is a lot for my inner thighs. Walk your feet in a little. You can still be wider than hip distance, and you can keep changing the width of your legs. Rotate the palm of your hand down. The rotation happens at the upper arm. Pull out and across. Relaxing around the hips and thighs. Rotate your thumb to point up and pull out through the upper arm. Breathing. And rotate your palm to face up and pull out through the upper arm, breathing. And then release. Let's do the other arm. Reach the left arm across, internally rotate, palm face forward, thumb down. Pull out from the upper arm bone. Maybe a couple rib breaths here. Rotate the palm to face down. Gently pull out. It's like you're going across, but slightly out on your arm bone. Rotate your upper arm so your thumb points up and pull out and across. And then rotate your palm up, almost turning the thumb down, and pull out and across. Feeling the sides of the ribs, the back of the rib cage, breathing. All right, release. Reach your arms out to the side. Sit up tall. Ribs relax down into neutral. Slide your ribs to the right. Slide your ribs to the left. Now, you can reach through the arm and reach through the arm, and the ribs will go along, but try to start the movement at the rib cage. Try to slide your rib cage straight to the right and straight to the left without movement in the legs. Ribs slide to one side. And rib slide to the other side. Let's do two more each side. Rib slide and rib slide, rib slide and rib slide, and come back to center and relax your arms down. And from here, you're going to bend your elbows like cactus arms. Walk your feet. You can have your feet where they are. You can walk your feet a little wider, so just be wider than hip distance, and then turn your elbows so they're in line with your knees. And if your pelvis tucks back a little bit, that's okay. Trying to keep it mostly upright. And you're going to lift your right knee up as you crunch your elbow down. So you don't have to bring your knee up super high. You're going to meet your elbow to your knee on the left side. So meet the elbow to the knee on the right side. Meet the elbow to knee on the left side. Notice as you lift up, does your leg like to swing in? Try to keep your ankle under your knee. And left elbow to knee. And right elbow to knee. And left elbow to knee. One more each side. Right elbow to knee. Left elbow to knee. And then reach your arms up into the air. If you want to change the width of your legs, you can. I'm just actually feeling that I open really wide all the time. It's actually pretty nice to just be a little wider than hip distance. Slow increments. Over to the right. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Slowly come up. Slow increments to the left. A little bit over. A little bit more, a little bit more, and a little bit more. Lengthen and breathe and slowly come up. Pelvis upright, side to side. Side bend to one side, come up, side bend to the other side, and come up. Side to side. And you can feel like You're bending at different parts along the sides of your rib cage. Sometimes going a little bit less, sometimes going a little bit more. Breathing. And let's do one more each side. All right, come up, relax your arms, wiggle your feet into hip distance, sit back in your chair. We did this a little bit last week. You can use your block inside your left foot and put your right foot up, or you can cross your ankle over your knee. Let that thigh drop open. Again, we're gonna be sitting back with a tucked under pelvis sometimes, so even here, great to do something different for the hips. Try to relax, relax, relax that thigh. And I notice when my thigh relaxes, my foot wants to slip off. So you're keeping the shape, but still trying to relax, clenching. You'll find that if you keep working on this relaxation of clenching, you'll not only feel better in your body, but your mind will feel better too. All right, from the pelvis, you can put your hands on the pelvis. Rotate up, right? And rotate back. Try to really feel the pelvis moving so you're not just going forward and back from the spine. Rotate up, right? Relax any clenching and rotate, lean back into the chair. Rotate up, right? And unwind. And one more. Rotate up, right. Hold your arms out to the side, pelvis up, right. We're just going to the right. Twist the belly button and the ribs and unwind. Twist the belly button and the ribs and unwind. Two more like that. To the right and unwind. Twist the belly button and the ribs and unwind. Cactus arms. Shoulders relax, elbows up, belly button to the right. Relax around the hips and unwind. Three more like that. Tuning into your breath, using as a tool to relax any clenching. And one more. And unwind, stretch your arms out, relax them down, sit back, switch. Foot on a block or ankle over the knee. Let that thigh drop open. Take a couple breaths here. Flex your ankle gently. Breathing, relaxing, letting that thigh drop open a tiny little bit more. You can squeeze it out gently. So a lot of our little things that we feel, oh, I feel a lot of pulling in my inner knee sometimes. Maybe you clench somewhere along the inner thigh. I found several times that happens. Front of the knee, clenching in the front of the thigh. Outer knee, clenching in the outer hip and thigh. Now everything's connected, so that's not always the straight line to what's going on, but a lot of times it is. All right, from the pelvis, rotate upright and rotate back. Rotate pelvis upright and rotate, lean back. Two more like that. Rotate upright and rotate back. Rotate upright, stay, reach your arms out, just turning to the left, belly button and ribs to the left, and unwind. Relax, clenching around the thighs without losing the shape. Two more, turning to the left, breathing. Back to center, cactus arms, turn to the left. Now, as we go through class, we're going to do some things that I've noticed really tire people's arms out. So just rest when you need to. Don't push. Your body likes slow adaptation. I will tell you one clue is that if you find that as we go through class that you're just like, wow, my arms, put them down more often. But that means throughout your day, just more often, get your arms out, put your arms here, stretch your arms here a lot more often throughout the day. It makes a big difference over time. All right, uncross that leg, leaning back a little bit, come back upright. And then from here, you're going to grab your strap, stretch your legs nice and long with your arms up in the air. The whole time the strap is not relaxed, it's taut. Now you might discover that as you're doing this, ooh, this is too narrow. I need to make my hands wider. That's okay. So just start a little wider than shoulder distance, and then you can make it wider with legs nice and straight. Bend behind your head, elbows about 90 degrees, and extend up. Bend. If your head has to come forward, then maybe just don't go so far. And extend up. And bend. And extend up. And bend and hold. Pull the strap taut, gently, not aggressively. Twist to the right. Unwind. Twist to the left. You can hold the strap so you have a placement to kind of back your head up into the strap. Twist to the right and twist to the left. Back to center, side bend to the right, pulling the strap nice and taut. Come on up nice and slowly, side bend to the left, breathing. Come up and side bend to the right. And come up and side bend to the left. And come up and extend your arms and lower them down. Okay, bend both of your knees for a moment. You're going to come forward. You're going to do your hands either on the floor, or if that's not happening, you're going to use one block, because we're going to just do one at a time. And you can do the lowest height, you can do the middle height, or you can do the highest height, leaning forward so you feel comfortable, and you can change it if it doesn't become comfortable. So put your right hand, whatever height you feel comfortable, both hips on the chair, put your left hand on your chest, and keep your hand grounded on the block. Keep your spine forward and long, and turn open from your rib cage. You're not trying to lift your elbow and pull your elbow back. It's not a small movement. Turn your chest to the floor. It might be very tiny, and that's okay. Turn open from the rib cage to the left and lower back down. Turn from the rib cage and lower down. Turn from the rib cage. If anything doesn't feel good, skip it. Extend that arm up into the air, breathing. You can always go higher if you'd like to. Reach that arm overhead, reach long. Bring the arm back up, turn the ribs open, lower the hand down, and switch sides. So, hand on the block any height. And I was here, but I actually realized this feels like it gives me a little more space, so do what works for you. Hand to the chest, movement from the ribs, not from the elbow. Turn open a little bit to the right. And roll the ribs down. Relax the belly, relax the hips, legs stable. Turn open a little to the right and rotate down. Turn open and rotate down. Turn open, hold, reach that arm up into the air. Reach that arm overhead, reach long, breathing. Bring that arm back up. Lower the hand down, press into your feet. If your strap is on the floor, grab it as you come back up, and then put the strap in the air, taut. You decide how wide your arms are, bend behind your head. You can push your head back in without overly lifting your ribs up, and then we're going to do those rib curls up and down without the pelvis rotating, pelvis upright, but we're going to do them from a twist. Twist to your right, ribs curl down, ribs lift up. Ribs curl down in the twist, ribs lift up. Back to center, rotate your spine to the left, hold, strap taut, ribs curl down, ribs lift up. Ribs curl down, ribs lift up. Back to center, turn the body, side bend to the right, hands taut, ribs curl down, ribs lift up, ribs curl down, ribs lift up. Bring yourself back up to center, strap taut, go over to the left, nice and gently, relax clenching, ribs go up, ribs curl down and back, ribs go forward and up a little, ribs go down and back, And then just back up your head, bring your torso back up, lengthen your arms, and lower them down. Okay, you can put your strap on the floor, or you can put your strap on your chair behind you. Come on up, spin around to your right for another lunge. Slide that knee back right under the hip. Let's start on the top of the shoe or the top of the foot, and a little bit of movement back and forward with the thigh bone. You see my foot moving, but the action is happening from the thigh. A little forward, a little back. I literally call this wiggling the thigh around in a lunge, so it's not a huge movement, but it's a very effective movement at breaking up tension deep in the hip joint, around the large thigh muscles. Okay, with that foot down, a little in and out, like you're just moving the leg a little bit away and a little bit hugging towards the chair. And can you relax around your buttocks muscles, your groin muscles, all around the thigh as you move it in and out. Now tuck your toes under. Knee starts under the hip. A little forward, a little back. Feel the bottom of the foot. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Hold in and out, just the thigh moving. Notice if, because you're looking at me, you're turning your whole torso, turn your torso straight ahead. All right, hold. Stabilize yourself so your hands can be free. So you might need to scoot around a little bit, steady your feet, most importantly. Interlace your right pinky finger on the bottom. Bring your hands behind your head. Every time we're going to the back of the chair. Think of ribs down, but ramping your head back. Twist to the back of the chair. Unwind. Twist to the back of the chair. Unwind. Side bend to the back of the chair. Unwind, steady feet. Side bend to the back of the chair, relax clenching. Come on up, release your hands, slide your leg forward, spin around to the other side. Start with top of the foot down, thigh goes back a little, and forward. Stretching the top of the foot a little bit. Relax clenching, watch as your foot in, walk it so it's in line with your knee. All right, a little out and in with the thigh. Small movement, ribs relax down if you tend to always lift up. If you tend to always curl down, at least slide your head back a little bit. Okay, tuck your toes under. A little bit wiggle forward and back. This just feels so good on my hips that I could do this much longer. All right, stay a little bit out and in. Relaxing, letting go, clenching, really letting the thigh be heavy towards the floor. All right, you've got to stabilize your feet so you can interlace your left pinky finger on the bottom, bring your hands behind your head, ramp your head back a little, twist to the back of the chair, and unwind. Twist to the back of the chair, and unwind. Side bend to the back of the chair, and come up. Remember all those bones. Side bend, hitting bone by bone, relaxing down your waist into your hip and your buttocks. Come up nice and slow. Release your hands, slide your leg forward, spin back around to the front of the chair. Sitting up nice and tall, elbow pits forward, arm swings. Usually we just go backwards. Today we're going to go backwards, one arm, forward the other. If your chair's wider than you, just make your arm swing a little bit wider. So usually it's where most people, it's easier to lift the arm up. Make sure you're still pulling that other arm back. If your elbow tends to pop out, wrap it so your elbow pit is forward. Breathing here. Are your ribs turning? How about just moving from the arms and keeping your ribs steady? Okay, now you're going to keep your legs very steady, and as your arm goes back, you let your ribs turn in the direction of that arm. And when you go to the other side, your ribs turn towards the back arm. Legs and feet stay steady, just turning the rib cage to go with the back arm. Breathing. All right, come back to center. Pick up your strap wherever it may be. Walk your hands, or walk your feet, wide. All right, we're going to put a couple things together. Your arms up in the air. Pull the strap taut, bend. You're going to do a twist with a side bend. So if you're not sure, you can watch for the first one. Twist to the side, hold your twist, thighs steady, in or out a little, side bends, very small, while in your twist. Strap is taut, so twist to the right and do little side bends, side to side from your twist. Breathing here. Bring your torso back to center, twist to the left, pelvis upright, little side bend, side to side. Strap is taut between the two hands that are like cactus arms. Head is backed up a little bit if you tend to always have your head forward. Little is okay. Stay in the twist. Sometimes I notice as people side bend to one side, they kind of come out of the twist. Stay in the twist and make it smaller if that helps. Good. Come back to center, unwind, reach your arms up, lower your hands down, straighten your legs in front of you, flex your ankles, and rotate your pelvis over your nice long thigh bones. And then slowly come up, and you can put that strap out of the way, ankles under the knees, push down to come up, come around to the back of the chair, walk back, two straight arms, two straight legs. Feet closer to straight, ankles closer to hip distance, belly relaxed so the tailbone can go up. If you tend to thrust the ribs, ribs come up a little bit, but not so high that you round the back. Neck is nice and long, breathing here. Great opportunity, great place to relax, clenching without bending the knees, without losing the shape. Great place to take some rib breaths into the sides and the back of the ribs. Push down through the backs of your legs to come up. Grab your calf stretch, whatever you're using for it. Put it in front of your right foot. Ball of the foot up, feet closer to straight, outer edges, ankles closer to hip distance. Maybe you step the foot forward or back. Halfway through, if you want to change the legs, you can step the foot forward or back. Keep your torso facing straight ahead, elbow pits forward, those big arm swings. Big arm swings. Watch the legs. Can you relax any clenching around your thighs without bending the knee? Both right leg and left leg. Now, let your ribs turn with your back arm, but notice if your pelvis is doing the turning. Keep your pelvis facing forward. Just turn your upper body with the arms. Now, go ahead and let your pelvis turn. Pelvis turns. So the whole torso's turning as one arm goes forward and one arm goes back. Two straight legs, relax clenching in the legs. And back to center. Switch feet. Ball of the foot up, heel down. Maybe the outside foot steps forward or back a little, ankles closer to hip distance, and just the arms. Just the arms. Elbow pits turn forward. Breathing. Pull back as you reach up. Okay, just the upper body goes with the back arm. Try not to turn the hips very much, if at all. Relax, clenching in the legs. Breathing. Okay, now let your hips go with. Hips go with. Turning the whole torso and the rib cage, pelvis and the ribs. Let the hips go with the ribs. All right, release. Slide the block out of the way. Walk back, 2 straight arms, 2 straight legs. Back your hips up. Walk your hands to the right side of the chair. Pull your hips back. Now we're going to try to push our ribs over, then our hips over. So try not to push your hips over to the left yet with your hands to the right. Just see if you can push your ribs a little bit over to the left. Then go ahead and push your hips over to the left a little. Relax, clenching. Bring your hips and your ribs back to center. Walk your hands to the other side of the chair. Try to just slide your rib cage a little bit to the right. It might not move very much. Relax, clenching around the tops of the thighs, the inner thighs, the outer thighs. Push your hips a little bit to the right. Breathing, grounding through the feet. Good. Bring your hips and your ribs back to center. Push down through the backs of your legs. You're welcome to put your hand by a wall, feet closer to straight, ankles closer to hip distance. Push down through your outer left hip. Hug it in. Flex your right ankle. Open and bring it in. Every time you can tap your toes down or you can keep your ankle flexed. Breathing. Upper body relaxed if possible. All right, foot goes down. Push down through the right hip, hug it in, flex the left ankle, and lift and lower. Now, hard to do, easier to do if you hold on to something. Are you clenching your standing leg? Can you relax it? Can you relax parts of it without losing the alignment of your foot, without losing your leg being all the way straight? One more like that. Good, put that foot down. All right, standing, facing your chair, cross your right ankle behind your left, push your hips back a little so they're over your ankles. 2 straight legs, relax around the hips and the belly. Switch, put your opposite ankle behind, push your hips back a little bit. Nice straight legs, great place to breathe. Uncross, walk your feet hip distance and then go a little wider and back your hips up. Belly relax, clenching, releasing. Walk your feet wider, so now you're in a pretty wide stance. Back your hips up over your ankles or a little bit farther back. Letting go, letting go, letting go of clenching over and over again without losing alignment. All right, push down through the backs of your legs. Grab your strap. Your feet are nice and wide. They're going to be here for a while. You can walk them in a little. You can walk them in a little more. There's lots of variations where you can still be wider than hip distance, so you don't have to stay in the same leg position if you want to change it up. Chances are if you clench, as we're doing the arm motion, your legs are going to clench a lot, especially if you clench more on one side than the other. Try to keep alignment, neutral pelvis, but relaxing clenching. Bring your arms up into the air. Pull the strap taut. Bend your elbows behind your head. Twist just the upper body, so no hip motion. Just the upper body to the right. Just the upper body to the left. Relax, clenching. If you notice your hip starts to go forward, pull it back a little. Back to center. Upper body to the right. And upper body to the left. Back to center. Side bend to the right, strap nice and taut. And side bend to the left. And all you can do when you notice those parts is that clench over and over again is keep letting them go. It's done a lot of clenching. It's going to take a lot of releasing patiently and persistently. Side bend to the right and come up. And side bend to the left and come up. Put the strap around your neck or out of the way for a moment. Open your arms up. You're reaching your left arm across and open, and your right arm across. Now imagine again those 12 vertebrae of your thoracic spine from your shoulders down to your waist, and reach across at different heights. And depending on your breast tissues, your arm might not go as far. That's okay. Just work in the range of motion that you can. All of it is help pulling around your thoracic spine. You can just kind of keep slightly changing up the angle of your arms as they reach across. Breathing here. Check in with those legs. Can anything relax a little bit more? All right, hands to the strap, arms up in the air. You can always change the width of your hands, but keep the strap taut. Bend your elbows behind your head. Pull the strap taut. Twist to the right. Curl your ribs down and up in the twist. Curl your ribs down and up. Back to center. Twist to the left, just the upper body. Pull the strap taut. Curl your ribs down and up. Curl your ribs down and up. Bring your ribs back to center, torso back to center. Side bend to the right. Curl your ribs down and back and up into the air a little. Curl your ribs down and back, up into the air. Relax, clenching in the legs. Go over to the other side. Curl your ribs down and back and lift up. Curl your ribs down and back and lift up, and then bring yourself back to center. Extend those arms, lower the hands down. Put your strap over your shoulders or to the side for now. Reach your arms out to the sides. Keep your hips steady. Try to move from the ribs. Ribs slide to the right. Ribs slide to the left. Move from the ribs rather than the arms if possible. Ribs slide to the right. Ribs slide straight to the left. Notice if you're doing one of these, if you're tipping, that's not a sliding. Straight to the right and straight to the left. Relax, clenching around the hips and thighs. Boy, my one side really likes to clench all the time. But now that I'm aware of it, I'm being patient because I think it's just going to do that for quite a while. Ribs slide to the left, one more each side. Ribs slide to the right. Ribs slide to the left, back to center, arms relax down. Okay, so remember, you can switch the feet a little bit. Put the strap over your right shoulder. Left hand goes out, palm faces behind you, reach back and hold on somewhere around your buttocks or lower back area. Lift your right hand up, hand to your shoulder, pull the strap taut between your two hands. You're holding on with two hands, and then you can back up your ribs into the strap and lift your ribs up. Strap taut, back up your ribs into the strap in your hand. It's not a huge motion. Ribs lift up. Your hips are not going back and forth here. They're steady. Ribs drop down and back. Ribs lift up. Ribs drop down and back. And ribs lift up. Relax them. Switch. Put the strap over your left shoulder. Right hand out. Internally rotate. Hold on somewhere around your lower back. Reach your left hand up. Hold onto the strap. Pull it taut between your two hands, and then ribs curl back into your hands and your arm. Ribs lift up. Ribs curl down and back, and ribs lift up. Ribs curl down and back. Relax, clenching in the legs. Ribs lift up. One more. Ribs curl down and back, and ribs lift up. And release, and this should feel really good. Walk your feet a little wide. You're facing your chair. Sit back into a squat. Back your hips up. Back your thigh bones up. Press up. Walk your feet into 3. Sit back. Relax, clenching. Breathing here, a little wiggle goes a long way. Press up. Walk your feet into 2. Sit back, back your shins up without the shoulders dropping below the hips. Can you relax around your waist and belly a little bit more? Press up. Walk your big toes all the way to touching and sit your hips back. Relaxing, 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 clenching and breathing. Press up. Walk back. 2 straight arms, 2 straight legs. From here, elbows out to the side, elbows drop down. Elbows out and hug down. Elbows out, relax, clenching in the legs, drop down. Elbows out, drop down. Try to straighten your arms without your elbows popping out at all and bend your elbows towards the floor. Back up without the elbows popping out at all and bend in. And back up and bend in and back up and bend in and back up. Keep your elbows in, bend your knees, elbows hugging in, breathing here. See if the arms can straighten a little more without the elbows popping out. And push down through your feet. Stand up, feet straight, ankles hip distance. Push down through that outer left hip, hug it in. Right ankle flexes, edge of the foot straight. Micro swing backs. Very small. Very small. If you can, relax clenching in your right leg, left leg, try to do that. If it helps to hold on to the chair, hold on to the chair so you can relax a little bit more clenching without losing the shape. And switch. Push that foot down, hug your hip in, flex your left ankle, and little swing backs. Breathing. Can anything relax that's over clenching? And my goodness, it's a challenge for me on this side to relax that clenching standing leg. But it's like I get a little release and then it grabs, and I get a little release and grabs. Never want to do anything that bothers the joints. Your body likes slow adaptation. All right, and put that foot down, and we're going to have a seat in the chair. You do want your strap. Please pay attention to how you sit down. You can do it differently. Just pay attention to the feet. Pay attention to your legs are. Sit down nice and slowly. And then from here, sit up nice and tall. Grab your strap. So we're going to do 3 different heights. You're going to do right below your armpits, right below kind of like breast tissue area, chest tissue area. Then you're going to put the strap on your mid rib cage, and you're going to hold it nice and snug around the back of your rib cage. And then you're going to put the strap on your lower rib cage, where you can still feel your bony ribs, but it's above your waist. So it's at the bottom of the rib cage. So put the strap the higher position. And you're going to try to keep your pelvis in the upright position all the time, not tucking the pelvis back, pelvis upright. You're going to try to push the ribs right back into that strap without your pelvis going back. And then you're going to pull the strap forward. Ribs lift up a little. Circle the ribs, curl the ribs down, push it back into the strap, right where the strap is, and pull forward and relax. Wiggle the strap down to 2. Pull it nice and taut. Push your ribs back into the strap. Try to do so without your pelvis going back. It's a practice. This is not about perfection. Pull forward. Push back into the strap. The strap stays pretty taut. Pull forward. Relax your ribs down. Wiggle it down to the lower part of your rib cage. Hardest one to push your ribs back without your pelvis tucking back. Try to push your ribs back there. Pull them forward. Push your ribs back into the strap and pull them forward. Okay, relax. You can relax that. Actually, let's tie the strap around our rib cage now so you can go anywhere. A lot of times I have you do higher, but if you want to be a little lower, just have it on your rib cage. The lower it is, the harder it is because you have to breathe lower into your lungs. So if you already have trouble feeling your rib breath, start higher. Tie the strap nice and taut. Sit up nice and tall, and we're going to take these rib breaths where we inhale into the sides and the back of the strap and exhale, hug in and relax and let go so the strap feels like it gets a little looser. I'll count all of these, but if my count is too fast or too slow and just doesn't feel very comfortable, ignore my counting and just take a rib breath. Turn to the right, legs steady. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Turn to the left, steady legs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Bring your torso back to center. Let's flip our palms up. Just turn your neck to the right. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Turn your neck to the left. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Bring your head back to center, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Slowly bring your head up, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Bring your head up, drop your chin down to your chest. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. All right, stretch your legs straight. Once again, just drop your head down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let your spine roll down a little bit. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Go back to your normal soft breath. Slowly come up, and you're ready to sit back in your chair for your final pose, Savasana. Let your gaze soften or your eyes gently close. Remember, first, the hardest part is bringing the awareness of the wandering mind back to the body and breath. But as you stay with your body, as you scan with your body, if you notice clenching, don't be in a rush to release it. Actually observe your own clenching. Observe your own tension patterns. And then see if they'll soften a little bit. Being present with your body. Being present with your breath. You can float and flow. Have you ever watched leaves being blown around on the branch of a tree? They never offer any protest. They simply float along in the wind's current, moving in whatever direction the wind carries them. When we choose to go with the flow, we give up the pain that comes from resisting the winds of change and embrace the natural trajectory of our journey. Consider an area of resistance in your own life. Perhaps with yourself, perhaps in your interactions with others. Say to yourself, I will float and flow. I will float and flow. Imagine what it would feel like in your body to stop fighting and simply move like a leaf through your experience. Bringing our hands together at heart center in gratitude for this day, in gratitude for creating space so that we can breathe better. Namaste.